Hi guys, today we'll come back to our weekly analysis. What we're going to be looking at this week is Brent oil. We'll be looking at Brent oil. As you know, I come back to my monthly time frame. What do I do on the monthly time frame? Look at this triple top around this area is what brought the market downwards. And if you look at this level, the market always respects these major zones. Look at this level, look at the head, left shoulder and the right shoulder is what pushed the market down upwards. So if you look at this level, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, and we also this market respect this level. If you look at this area, market respect the level around this region. So if you see a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, and we have a push towards the upside. So when market got to this zone as well, the market respected this level as well and dropped back downwards. Then we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, and we have a double top, we have a push. And presently, we're having a push towards the downside. This on the monthly time frame is looking bearish as of the moment. But we have a mid-range zone around this area. This mid-range zone around this area is what I'm looking forward to for price to form a double bottom around this area, because if you go back to your weekly time frame, you're going to see that the price is quite corrective around this region. That is why I'm expecting a push towards the upside. But we'll go back to the weekly time frame and you see what I'm talking about on the weekly time frame. But on the monthly time frame, as of the moment, the price is pushing downwards as of the moment. But let's go back to our weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, however, I can see that price is giving me a triple bottom around this area. If you see the nature of the previous correction on the weekly time frame, we have a push towards the upside and we have a correction, we have a push towards the upside and we have a continuation to the downside. Then we have a base around this area just looking like this, and we have a push towards the upside and we have a continuation to the downside. So if you look at this critically, you're going to see that price is currently forming a triple bottom around this area, and this price action around this area is looking like exhaustion already, and it's looking corrective, like it wants to push towards the upside. That is what gave me the bias on the monthly time frame. Even if the monthly time frame is looking bearish, on the weekly time frame is kind of painting like this price is already tired and it's looking like it's forming a triple bottom around this area and it wants to push for a continuation to the upside. As of the moment, price has currently formed a base around this area, but I'm just waiting for a monthly time frame candle to close bullish. That's what I'm just looking at, so that the base can be solid, because last time we took a trade around this area, we were expecting, because of this correction around this region, we are expecting that price will form a correction around this area for a continuation to the upside. But price failed and we took a loss around this region. So price continued downwards and price is currently testing this base around this area. So last week price closed bullish. And this week is currently pushing upwards as well. So I'm not going to be taking oil as of the moment. I want a monthly candle to close bullish before I'm going to be buying oil. As of the moment, there is nothing significant on the daily time frame that I'm actually looking forward to, because we have a pull. We are looking like this is an inverse head and shoulder pattern, but price fail and continue correcting downwards, and this is where I entered the market for a buy around this region. But I fail to understand that even if the market was looking like a buy, this is still looking like a correction, and this is still looking like a retest of structure around this area. So that was my errors of that time. So I price pushed downwards, and this is still looking like a base arrow. Even if it breached this level, this mid-range zone region around this level, I'm looking for several correction around this area, several solid base around this area before I'm going to buy. Actually, I'm looking forward to price to break this region where we bought the market again before I'm going to continue, before I'm going to place a trade for a buy. On the 4 hour time frame, on the other hand, price is not giving anything significant as of the moment. Price is looking it's looking like a push, a correction, a push, then it's looking like a correction for a continuation to the upside. So I am not, because of the loss that we took on this trade, I'm not going to enter this trade until I see a significant base on the monthly time frame before I'm going to be looking forward to buying oil. The next pair that I'm going to be looking at is GDP USD. GDP USD on the month, on the other hand, is quite clean and is quite clear on the monthly time frame. When I come back to my monthly time frame, what am I looking on GDP USD? This price, this triple top is what brought the market downward. We have a gap, we have a drop, we have a correction, we have a drop, we have a correction, we have a drop. Then price push towards the upside, respecting these zones, major zones that I drew. Then we are going to have this double top is what brought the market downwards. And if you see price rejected several times around this region, that is why this level is a very important level. So we push the market downward. We have a correction. We have a push. We have a correction. We have a push towards the upside. This is a little bit higher than this one. We have a correction and we have a push towards the upside. As of the moment, price is looking corrective. It's looking like it wants to continue to the upside. However, even if price looking corrective like it wants to continue to the upside, I'm looking at minor monthly candle close region, because minor monthly candle close region is a level that price most likely is going to correct. So that's why I put my level around this area. If you look closely, we're going to see this level clearly on the weekly time frame and on the daily time frame. So, and this is the mid-range zone between this zone and this zone. So this is looking corrective and it's looking like a continuation to the upside. On the weekly time frame, we're going to check what price is doing on the weekly time frame. This is what I could see previously on the weekly time frame. I was looking for price to reject around this area because this area is quite a semi-major zone. So because this area is the area that dropped this market downward. So I was expecting that price is going to push downwards towards the area for a retest, for a continuation to the upside. But price did not, and it gives a significant correction. When we go back to our daily time frame, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So I was looking for a double top, which we took this trade downwards. I was looking for a double top, and I was looking for a continuation to the upside. I was looking that this area is going to be a area for a retest, then a continuation to the downside, but price failed to retest and we took this market to the upside. So on the daily time frame, however, is what I will be looking forward to. On the daily time frame is where I see, even if last week ended bearish as of the previous week, I was still looking at daily time frame to be a high, a correction, a high, a correction, and a high. And this correction is looking similar like this correction, and this correction is looking similar presently like the present correction as of the moment. Although this level, remember when I told you that this is a monthly candle close region, I think 3 months or 4 months candle ended closed around this region. This is quite a level. It's quite a significant level as well. So, and this level is also a level as well, and this level is also a level as well. So I'm looking forward for a correction like this and like this and like this for a continuation to the upside. This is looking bullish, or maybe the third touch of the trend line for a continuation to the upside. So let's count how many candles from this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So I'm looking forward to a 4 candle formation around this area. So daily candle close today, then I'm going to be getting ready to place a trade for a buy. I just want to see a bullish candle close around this area. That's the most important thing. A bullish candle close around this area for a continuation to the upside. Maybe a third touch of the trend line around this area, because this is the first touch, this is the second touch, and this is looking like a third touch of the trend line. So if I see a daily candle close touch this area around this area, then a bullish candle close above this region, then I'm going to be placing a trade for a buy on GDP USD. Then on the 4-hour time frame, that is where I now use my hypothetical stop on the Fibonacci. I check what Fibonacci is doing on this trade. So I'm going to draw out my Fibonacci from swing low to swing high to the latest swing high, which is this around this region. So if you see, Fibonacci is also lining up around this area. So I'm looking forward for price to come back and test this 0.5 or 618 Fibonacci region, and it's also lining up with the trend line as well. So if I see a touch around this area and a significant push towards the upside, then I'm going to take a trade and monitor the trade to get to this level or a break. If it's going to break above this level, then I'm going to wait. I'm going to monitor the trade. But however, if you don't want to stress yourself, just wait for a break above this level. If you see a candle closer, a daily candle close around this area for continuation to the upside, that's why you need to be careful for this around this area, because this area is a very significant area. Why? Because you could also see a head, a small like 1 hour head, left shoulder and right shoulder. It's looking like a correction around this area. That's why I'm telling you to wait for a break above. However, on GDP USD, I don't just trade GDP USD alone. I use Euro USD and DXY to compare and contract, because anything DXY is doing, Euro USD is doing, other US dollar pairs are going to do the same. So let's look at what DXY is doing, because DXY is the Euro USD inverted. Like I always say, anything DXY is doing, all other US dollar pairs is going to do. So on the monthly time frame, I'm looking forward to what DXY is doing. This is looking like a jagged kind of consolidation around this area. Then this is looking the same as this, similar as this. Then this is also forming the same as this one around this region. So when I come back, I draw my zone. The price always respect this major zone. When it came back to this area, I rejected. When it came back to this area, I rejected. When it came to this area, I rejected around this area. The price always respect the major zone. So when I come back to my daily time frame, when I come back to my monthly time frame, what price currently is doing as of the moment, you're going to see a double top around this region, then you're going to see a correction around this area. So as of the moment, I'm looking that price is giving a double top around this area. There is a trend line that is running across this area that is touching this mid-range zone as of the moment. So as of the moment on the monthly time frame, the DXY is looking bearish. When I come back to my weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, however, I'm seeing a triple top around this region, a one touch, a double top, a triple top around this area for a continuation to the downside. So I was looking at this previously as a head. This is looking like a head. This is looking like a shoulder. And this is looking like a shoulder. I was telling you on the previous video that I like to see when the shoulder is a little bit higher than this shoulder, then a push towards the downside for a continuation to the upside. Anytime the shoulder is a little bit lower than the shoulder, there's always an issue, which we are having as of the moment. So I'm looking for price to push towards this side, towards the neckline. For price did already weekly candle close, and we have last week was bearish as of the moment. So I'm looking this area is a mid-range region, 3-monthly candle close around this area. So this area is a very strong level. If you see there's a significant correction around this area, there's a significant correction around this region, and price rejected around this region several times. So expect that price is going to reject around this region. So when I come back to my daily time frame, what is price doing on the daily time frame? The latest price action on the daily time frame is price is giving a double top around this region. I could see a double top. I could see a retest of the neckline around this region, then a push, then a retest around structure, which is also the neckline. If you remember on the weekly time frame, this is also the neckline around this region. Then we have a drop. My concern about this trade as of the moment, this DXY as of the moment, which similarly Euro USD is going to be doing the same thing. This correction did not break below the low. So this has formed 1, 2, 3 daily candles at the low. So this is actually looking like a double bottom, because if price wants to continue to go to drop downwards, it's going to give like a lower low for a continuation to the downside. So this has already disrespected this structure in a way. So, but on the 4-hour time frame, however, it's looking like a double bottom. But if you check properly, this is looking corrective. It's not looking impulsive. this correction, this respect around this area is looking corrective. It's not, it's looking like a continuation to the downside. So I'm waiting for price to break around this area. If price breaks around this area, then we have a drop towards the downside. So that's why my counter trend line, I draw my counter trend line. However, you could see a little left shoulder, and a little right shoulder around this area. But this price is looking like it wants to continue going lower. So on DXY, I'm giving DXY 60% to the downside and 40% towards the upside, because this is a double bottom. On a normal day, this base is supposed to break this region for a continuation to the downside, but anything could happen around this area. So that's why I'm looking closely at this level. So when I see a break below this structure, then I'm going to be expecting to sell this market towards the downside. At this level, price is definitely going to react, because if you check on the daily time frame and on the weekly time frame, there is several rejection around this area. So if I thought price is going to break this level, then I'm going to be taking the trade on Euro USD. You're going to see a clear entrance, and will be able to take the trade on Euro USD. So let's go back to Euro USD and see what Euro USD is doing. So on Euro USD, Euro USD is doing similar as DXY. So I come back to my monthly time frame. What is the monthly time frame doing on Euro USD? Monthly time frame is given. I was looking at this level, this push towards the upside that dropped the market downward, this triple bottom around this area that pushed the market towards the upside, this double top around this area that dropped the market downward. So on Euro USD, I was looking forward to this price coming to form a left shoulder around this region, but price failed and it breaks significantly above. So anytime that I see a level around this area like this, I expect that the market is going to come back and test the neckline region around this area for a continuation to the upside. However, why there was no retest around this area, there was an obstruction to the retest because of this level. So I feel like this significant level around this area, this major zone, is what prevented the market from touching the neckline. So we have a push towards the upside and we have a correction. Then look at, if you are listening carefully, you're going to see what I said on DXY, that monthly candle close region, even if it's not a major level. This major level, however, I marked this out because it's the same level that dropped the market downwards and pushed up and dropped the market downward for the second time. This is actually the third touch around this region as of the moment. So when I come back to my weekly time frame, however, on the weekly time frame, I'm looking forward to price. This is presently looking like a shoulder region. So this, if you check this level, this is the level that dropped the market downward, push, drop the market downward for the second time. So I'll be very careful around this region because it's a significant level. So I was looking forward to a double bottom. We took this straight towards the upside, and the last week ended bearish, and we have a continuation to the upside as well for previous week. So I'm looking forward to Euro USD as of the moment, just the same as I discussed on DXY. This is the monthly candle close, and this is looking corrective, like a continuation to the upside. However, this level was not broken. Unlike this level, you see, when we had a correction, we have a break of this level and a significant break of this level and a continuation to the upside. And we had the correction around this area. I was expecting to see a significant break of this level for a continuation to the upside. However, sometimes due to experience, I've seen a lot of times that this correction is what is supposed to correct above this region. So when price break out of this level, it's just going to continue shooting upwards. There's not going to be any correction again. I've seen several patterns like this. However, this could also be a double top for a drop to the downside. So when I check properly, as of the moment, this price as of the moment is looking corrective to for continuation to the upside. On the 4-hour time frame is also what I explained on the XY as well. This is looking corrective, like it wants to continue to the upside. So I'll wait for a break above of this level. Sometimes I could enter around this area. Let's see what the trend line is saying. Let's take our trend line. Let's see what the trend line is saying. Where is the trend line? What is this trend line saying? Let's see. Okay. This is a trend line around this area. So it's even looking like a touch already. It's looking like a touch, first touch, second touch, and this is looking like a third to fourth touch of the trend line. So I'm looking forward to a break. If we have a break of this level around this region, then we are going to have a continuation to the upside. But this is looking corrective, like a continuation to the upside. However, if you look at this level critically, you're going to see a head, the left shoulder, and the right shoulder. So this is just kind of manipulative. This is just kind of trying to be deceptive, but price is looking like it's going to go up. So I'm favoring to the upside six to the tune of 60% and downward movement to the tune of 40%. As of the moment. So this price is looking corrective, like it wants to continue to the upside. So when I see a break above this region, then we are going to be pushing towards the side. So price is going to get to this area. We are going to get to 1.19500. So the next pair that I'm going to be looking at after this level, we're going to be checking what GDP AUD is doing. Remember, as of last week, I was looking forward to GDP USD. This is a push, this is a correction, this is a push, this is a correction towards the upside. So I was looking forward for price to continue towards the upside on the monthly time frame. But remember, this is the first, this is the second touch. Remember when I told you that I was looking for price to come back and touch the third touch of the trend line, which price failed to do as of previous weeks. So last week, which I did enter for a buy as well, I was looking forward for price to come and touch this level, but price failed because I was looking that this is a double bottom on the monthly time frame. If you look at this correction, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, and this failed. This level failed. So on the daily time frame is what I was looking at, but come to think about it, I closed my position on this trade. Daily candle close. I exited this position. Why did I exit this position? Is because I am now giving GDP AUD 50-50 situation. Why do I call it 50-50 situation? If you come on the daily time frame, you can also see that this could be a head, this could be a left shoulder, and this could be a right shoulder. And if you also look critically, you could also see that this is looking like a triple bottom. This is a head, this is a left shoulder, and this is a right shoulder as well. So that is why I'm expecting that before I'm going to place a trade for a buy around this area, I'm expecting this market to close above this region for a continuation to the upside. Because of the moment, the market is looking like it wants to form a head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder for a continuation to the downside. So if I see a double top around this region, then I'm going to expect to sell towards the downside. So that's what I'm looking forward to for GDP AUZ. I'm currently out of the trade for small profit. Then the next pair that I'm going to be looking at is DXY. DXY as of the moment, I'll come to my monthly time frame. What am I looking forward to on the monthly time frame of DXY? I'm looking that price is giving like a first touch of the trend line, a second touch, a push, a correction, a push, a correction, a push, and this is looking like a third touch of the trend line. So and this third touch of the trend line can easily push the market towards the upside. Why? Because this third touch of the trend line is looking corrective. It's not looking impulsive. At first, because of the nature of this drop, I was expecting that price will come back and test this region for a continuation to the downside. But price is failing to test this area. The drop here is too impulsive. I don't like the way that the drop happened here is too impulsive. So I was expecting for price to come back up to that touch here for a continuation to the downside. But price is failing to do that. So I'm expecting a base around this area, which I believe price is going to form a base around this area. I'm not going to take a trade here, except there is a total clear of this 80K region, but I'm expecting this is like looking like a base to me. It's not looking like a continuation to the upside. So once I see a base and a monthly candle close around BTC around this region, then I'm going to be expecting, I'm just expecting a monthly candle close. Once I see a monthly bullish candle close around this area, then I'm going to be trading this market for continuation to the upside. I'm expecting a base around this area, and price is looking corrective. We have the first week, the second week, the third week, the fourth week, the fifth week, and this is the sixth week. It's still looking like a corrective. It's looking like a continue. It's looking like a base. It's forming a base for a continuation to the upside. So if you look at your daily time frame, however, previously I took a trade, a sell trade around this area. Then price came here and was consolidating. So I went after the trade because there was a lot of consolidation. I was looking at this as an X to E wave pattern, but this is not really, it's not looking ideal. It's looking like a base in my eye as of the moment. So I'm not going to place a trade on BTC until I see the base has properly formed and closed around this area. Either I test here and shoot back up. I'm waiting to see a base form for a continuation to the upside. That's what I'm looking forward to for BTC as of the moment. Then the next pair that I will be checking is GDP-JPY. GDP-JPY, on the other hand, I will go to my monthly time frame. Everything is looking nice. Everything is looking good on the monthly time frame. We have a base. We have a base around this area, triple bottom that push this market to the upside. We have a push towards the downside. We have a push towards the upside. We have a push towards the downside, and we have a continuation to the upside. Then this supply region around this area is what dropped the market downwards significantly. So I'm expecting that price is going to come back and test this region, which price will come back and test that region. So on the weekly time frame, so I'm looking forward to a correction around this region. So when you check this price critically around this region, you're going to see a triple bottom around this area. We're going to see a push, we see a correction, a push, a correction, a push, a correction. So this price has significantly pushed up. I'm expecting to see another correction like this, and like this for price to correct around this area to the week of the candle or the candle close. So monthly candle close. So I'm expecting to see a correction before we're going to tap this area. So on the daily time frame, however, if you look closely, you're going to see that price has rejected significantly around this region. We're going to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daily candle close around this region. So it's looking like a correction that it wants to continue towards the downside. So if I see a push towards the downside, I'm going to be happy to take this trade, either a push to this region or a push to this region. That's what I'm looking forward to for GDP, GDP JPY for a continuation to the upside. So that's my take on GDP JPY as of the moment. The next pair that I'm going to be checking is GDP CHF. GDP CHF, on the other hand, I come back to my monthly time frame. What am I looking forward to on the monthly time frame? I'm looking that price has given a head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder, and a push towards the upside like this for a drop. So this this push is what invalidated this inverse head and shoulder pattern that I'm seeing. So we have a drop towards the downside, and price is looking the monthly candle has closed bullish as of the moment. Last month closed bullish, and this month is looking bullish as well. So when I come back to my weekly time frame, however, my weekly time frame is what I'm looking at. This is looking like a head, this is looking like a left shoulder, and this is looking like, it's kind of deceptive. When you come back to your daily time frame, you're going to see what I'm saying clearly. This is looking like this is supposed to come out from a right shoulder around this area for a continuation to the upside. However, it failed, and it came back to test the neckline for a continuation to the upside. And this is looking like a head, this is looking like a left shoulder, and this is looking like a right shoulder. So this right shoulder, this drop here is supposed to be the one that is supposed to break lower around this area for a continuation to the downside. So we have a multiple consolidation around this area. It's looking like a push towards the upside. So on GDP CHF, when I see a break above this region, then I'm going to be buying GDP CHF. When I see a break below this region, I'm going to be selling GDP CHF. So GDP CHF as of the moment is looking 50-50 to me, because you could classify this one as a head, this is a left shoulder, and this is a right shoulder. However, you could see that there's a multiple consolidation around this region. This is looking like a head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and this is looking like a base. I've seen this pattern before. It normally looks bullish. It normally goes bullish. So that's why I'm expecting a bullish momentum on this trade. 60%. I'm actually expecting a bullish momentum on this trade as of the moment. So these are the pairs that I'm looking forward to for this week. Then let's check what is happening on US 30. On US 30 on the monthly time frame, however, it's looking bullish on the monthly time frame. We have a correction, we have a push, we have a drop, we have a push, we have a drop. We have a push, we have a drop, we have a push. I'm looking forward for price to come and test the 50K region or the 52K region before a significant drop towards the downside. So on the weekly time frame, however, I'm looking what is price doing on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, is looking corrective. We have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push. I'm expecting to see another correction towards this region, to drop towards this region, but price has failed, and due to the nature at which price corrected towards the upside. So if you see a push, a correction, a push, a correction, a push, and this is corrective as well. So as of the moment, the way the market failed to come back and test this region because there is a significant push. If you see when I told you about GDP USD, the way it corrected before the break of the resistance level, and the same thing happened also in this area. We have instead of the market to just come back and correct around this area, this is going to be looking at too many correction when we have a drop back to this region. So I'm expecting the market to push up towards the upside. This is presently looking corrective. I'm expecting the market to go up to the upside on US 30, but this is looking like a double top around this area. So I'm still expecting the market to push up, but as of the moment, it's looking double top. So this double top can easily drop the market downward. So that's why you have to be careful around this region. You have to put a line around this region. If it breaks above, then the market is going to continue to the upside. So that's my analysis for this week. That's what I'm going to be looking forward to for this week as of the moment. So